This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us. Topping our news tonight, it is a case that made national headlines. And now one of the individuals charged has his day in court.
Punta Gorda Police Chief Tom Lewis is charged with culpable negligence in the shooting death of 73-year-old Mary Knowlton. It happened while the victim was taking part in a department civilian training class. ABC7's Christopher Brantley has more.
Good evening. In opening statements, the state's attorney's office argues that Chief Lewis should have known or at least checked to make sure there weren't real bullets in the firearm that was used. The defense argues it's not his fault. Monday, Chief of Police Tom Lewis sat quietly in the courtroom as the state's attorney's office placed blame on him for Mary Knowlton's shooting.
Recklessly switched to blank ammunition instead of using those detergent pellets so it would cause more of an impact.
The state's attorney argues Lewis had a hand in each part of the training exercise and should have checked to make sure Officer Lee Cole's firearm did not have real bullets. The defense argues Lewis was not the safety officer. They place the blame on Cole.
Tom Lewis didn't do anything criminal in this case. The evidence is going to show you that one person did two things that violated his training, the policies of the Punta Gorda Police Department.
Members of the jury heard witness accounts of that evening. The most in-depth was John Wright.
An officer dressed in a hood and the visor mask, challenging her, and the next thing we heard was three loud bangs.
Mary Knowlton's husband also took the stand to answer questions about that night and what happened. The shoot, don't shoot exercise was meant to teach community members about decision-making in critical situations. Knowlton was confronted by Officer Lee Cole, who allegedly shot her 3 times with what was believed to be blank bullets. However, they turned out to be what are called wad cutter bullets.
We knew it was serious because the EMS people came down.
Knowlton was taken to the hospital where she later died. Officer Lee Cole was fired from the department and charged with manslaughter. Lewis was put on paid administrative leave pending the outcome of this trial. In Monday's trial, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, which investigated the shooting, also testified. The trial will continue into Tuesday. In Punta Gorda, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Christopher. Jurors heard closing arguments in the second-degree murder case involving the death of a 17-month-old boy. Lakewood Ranch resident Richard Williams is accused of killing his girlfriend's son. ABC7's Bobeth Yates was in court today, and she joins us with the details. Bobeth.
Yes, both the prosecution and the defense wrapped up their case, and the defense's closing arguments took over 2 hours long as they tried to convince jurors that Richard Williams had nothing to do with William Quincy Ballard's death. Now, according to the autopsy report, Quincy died from blunt force trauma to the head, which was caused brain swelling. On one side of the argument, the prosecutors, who say that trauma was the result of something Williams did while he was alone with the child. The prosecutors painted a picture that Williams had inconsistencies in his statements to the police and also what he said on the stand. They also raised questions about the gap of time Williams was not responding to text messages and calls and appeared to be missing in action. But the defense had a different explanation, saying the damage to Quincy's brain could have happened days before when the child fell at his grandmother's home. And Williams was not responsible, and that he not only loved Quincy, but he had gone out of his way to support the mom and her children.
Each of you promised me. You looked me in the eye, and you said, I will hold them to their burden. This is hard. I know it's hard. But I am asking you to keep to your promise and stop this tragedy now.
And I submit to you that he hurt that child during that time frame. And now he's panicked. That child went down. And he's trying to figure it out. He doesn't know necessarily.
Now, jurors began deliberating about 20 minutes ago. No word yet on when they will come back with a verdict. Now, if convicted, Williams could face life in prison. Back to you.
Well, Beth, thank you. A new program at the Bradenton Police Department is making it easier for police to identify and capture criminals. Safe Cams is a program being used by several police departments across the state. Residents and businesses across the city of Bradenton are being asked to register their surveillance camera systems with the police department. That way, officers know where they can turn to gather information when a crime happens. Police say a video footage captured from surveillance cameras can be crucial in solving a case.
We are more than happy to share our surveillance cameras with the police and law enforcement. We have no problem with that whatsoever. I think it's going to be an excellent program. It's going to deter crime, and it's going to help citizens feel safer as well as us.
Police say registration is easy and it only takes about 10 minutes to do so. You simply log on to BPD's website. Doesn't cost anything, and any information collected is confidential.
And now we're going to get a check on our forecast. It's been a cloudy day, some showers in certain areas, so let's head over to Bob.
Another typical flow. We normally see sunshine in the morning for the most part, and then a few clouds building in the early afternoon with the storms arriving later that day. We'll get back to that, I think, by Wednesday, but right now we have a little frontal boundary located to our north, and that is allowing southwesterly flow. So most of the shower activity has been to the east of us, and we had one lone storm, though, rather intense there in northeast Manatee County, which prompted a flood advisory for a short period of time. Some of the outflow went to Bayshore Gardens and near Oneko. That is gone. One shower there just south of State Road 72 is gone, and this one is weakening too. So the forecast through this evening not calling for much rainfall at all. You know, we were at one point extreme and severe all across our region, and now for the most part the drought, as far as the status goes, is gone now. Just a little bit over northwestern portions of Manatee County. Elsewhere, things are fairly quiet here, and looks like it'll stay that way through the overnight. We'll have more on the rest of the week's forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. A local charter school is looking to recruit the best and brightest teachers from nearby public schools, which has some public education advocates worried about the future. Manatee School for the Arts sent recruitment letters to teachers in the area with some of the highest middle school math rankings, including some in Manatee County. Manatee Teachers Union President Pat Barber says teachers are especially vulnerable after recent contract negotiations that left them paying more for health care. This also comes weeks after Governor Scott signed a controversial education bill that will send more state dollars to charter schools, although MSA's assistant principal says it had nothing to do with these letters.
Different districts have different performance pay plans, so teachers could check out those performance pay plans and actually go to the highest bidder.
We've been recruiting like this for years. We were always on the lookout for the best teachers in the state of Florida, throughout the country.
Starting salaries for Manatee County teachers is about $38,000 a year, but Barber hopes teachers will also consider benefits like health insurance and retirement before making the jump to charter schools. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, just weeks after the Trump administration pulled out of a global climate agreement, mayors from across the country come together in Miami to fight climate change.
And the Bobby Jones Golf Course plans to make more than $2 million in revenue next year, but it says it needs to make even more money to operate in 2018. We'll tell you more about that coming up.
Thanks to all of you who participated in ABC7's contest with a chance to win 4 Florida resident Disney Platinum Passes plus a 4-night stay at a Walt Disney World Resort Hotel.
So now it is time for our grand prize winner announcement.
Congratulations, Larry Phillips of Sarasota. Larry, his wife Carol, and their kids Bradley and Anna won a year of magic at Walt Disney World, where dreams come true. Congratulations from ABC7.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce.
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people with Medicare may be able to get extra benefits and don't even know they're available. You may be able to get dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. The Medicare Coverage Helpline is accepting calls to see if you're eligible to enroll now. You may be able to get extra benefits including dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Making sure you go to the doctor and taking all your medications as prescribed can help protect your health. To make it easier, you may now be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Help protect your health by choosing the right plan for you and get all the benefits you deserve.
Call to see if you may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription coverage. Don't delay. Call to see if you're eligible to enroll and may be able to get extra benefits now. Call 800-711-7200. That's 800-711-7200.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
In Miami Beach, 250 mayors from across the country have unanimously committed to run their cities entirely on renewable energy. The goal is to use all clean energy from sources like wind and solar by the year 2035. A survey by the Center for Climate Change and Energy Solutions says 47 cities spend about $1.2 billion annually on electricity costs. Mayors at the conference have overwhelmingly expressed support to fight climate change, especially after the Trump administration pulled out of a global climate agreement just last month.
Over the weekend, we told you that the City of Sarasota's Parking Management Division is requesting $300,000 of taxpayer money for its 2018 budget. But another area of the city is asking for even more. At last week's City Commission budget workshops, the city discussed the Bobby Jones Golf Complex's request for $425,000 from the general fund. The general fund is made up of tax dollars and additional sources of revenue in the city. The complex expects to make $2.5 million next fiscal year, but plans to spend $2.8 million operating it.
And Bob will have the forecast for golf or any other outdoor
Right.
activities you may have planned this week right after this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. Right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Belt Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Well, pretty decent weekend, really, and not much rain. We had a few showers out there. Today, just a lot of clouds and not much rain, although if you were Bayshore Gardens or Oneiko, you got some rain. Also, northeast Manatee County. Near Punta Gorda and Port Charlotte had a few showers around. There's still a slight chance this evening, but not much. You can see skies looking better out there. We have generally partly cloudy skies up and down the coast. That frontal boundary lies right there. That weather headlines read like this. The front will fade away on Tuesday. It'll get close enough to us to create some clouds around once again. A return of those afternoon and evening storms, so a little bit back to basics, I think, by midweek. And right now, the tropics are quiet, but indications are we may see something forming way out there in the Atlantic. That's right, Don is the next storm up. And the European forecast model is suggesting that something may be there. You can see that satellite imagery, a lot of clouds right here in the Atlantic stretching right through north central Florida, and that is associated with a weak frontal boundary. That front creating all sorts of problems here along the coast there. That's for the most part stationary, but a little low pressure area will develop and then push this cold front closer to us tomorrow. It's not going to cool us down, but it will bring us a little bit more clouds around. You can see these are all storm markers of what's been going on there, and we've had 3 separate fires as a result of the intense lightning in some of the homes there. There's 3 separate fires as a result of lightning. The area's in green, over a foot of water reported with some heavy rainfall, wind gust up to 40 miles an hour in that area just to the northeast of that. For us, we had a big storm over northeast Manatee County earlier and over northwest Hardy. That has since faded. A few isolated showers still around. The heaviest rainfall is where we had that flood advisory, over 2 inches reported there. Not much near the area beaches. Currently we have 84 degrees and the dew point up there. Winds are calm, the pressure 30 inches even, and the high today was right at the average of 89 degrees. 77 your morning low. Our average low at 74 degrees and just 1/100th of an inch of rainfall at the Sarasota-Braden Airport. We're still doing pretty well as far as the drought is concerned. We're about an inch below average for the year now. Winds will be rather light out of the northwest tomorrow, and it looks as though we will see a chance for a few inland showers mainly throughout the day. Most of the activity late morning, early afternoon near the coast, but that'll be scattered shower activity. 84 right now in Jacksonville. It's 81 in Orlando now. Temperatures have cooled where the clouds and showers have been around. Although Northport at 90, it's 85 at Lake Placid, 86 degrees in Wauchula. The RPM forecast model does call still for a slight chance for a shower, but generally fair skies overnight. And then we'll see that southwesterly flow favor inland storms moving toward the east coast due to that frontal boundary. The front fades, and then we'll get back to more of those afternoon and evening variety of storms along the sea breeze front developing and pushing toward the west. Now, as far as the satellite imagery goes, there's not a lot out here right now, but there's some pretty significant tropical waves coming off the coast of Africa. One in particular, the European model grabs and does develop it into a tropical low. That's a long way off, but it just kind of gives you an indication that we're going to start seeing more of that activity out there in the Atlantic. Not so much in June, but usually that's late July. Temperatures have cooled over the Great Lakes in the 60s and 70s there. Still hot out west, 88 in Denver right now and 70 in Kansas City. For boaters, seas running basically less than 2 feet. And that'll be the case right through the weekend, it looks like. So light chop expected for the bays and inland waters. Water temperature now at 88 degrees and 87 for area beaches. Low tide upcoming 10:41. High tide will be at 5:12. Sunset at 8:29. A slight chance for a storm tonight. Otherwise, partly cloudy. 76 your low tomorrow. Hot and humid. A 40% chance for scattered storms. Most of the activity late in the day inland. And the extended forecast does call for a much better chance and a return to those afternoon and evening thunderstorms. So be careful out there late in the day especially. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. If you watched America's Got Talent last week, you probably noticed a familiar face, and you can expect to see him on the show again. Daredevil clown Bello Knock took his talent to new heights on the show. He even left host Tyra Banks screaming. But the Sarasota resident hasn't forgotten his roots, and he stopped by to guest host Suncoast View today. We caught up with him after the show, and he told us his biggest challenge was not the stunt. It was one man in a T-shirt sitting right in front of him.
Simon said that I hate clowns, no matter what type of clown. So I thought, well, I've always sold myself and believed that I was different than any other clown and change the perception of what clowning is. And I wanted to see if I, if I could win him over.
You can still see Bello perform in Sarasota this summer. Just check out his show Incredibello at the historic Oslo Theater through July 29th.
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, we'll take you to Snook Haven. You will not believe the wild things that used to go on here and the great things you can still do here today.
This week, the race to repeal. Republicans divided, Americans sounding off. Can the GOP rally around their plan before summer recess? Plus, decision day at the Supreme Court. This is where America turns. World News Tonight with David Muir.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
This year's Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix will feature 2 full days of racing off Lido Beach on July 1st and 2nd. Meet race teams up close during the Boats on Main downtown block party on Friday, June 30th. Don't miss the Grand Prix Fan Fest on July 1st and 2nd, where you can see race boats launch and watch the races live from under a large tent. There will be music, food, fan zones, and vendors. VIP race day viewing tickets are available at SarasotaPowerboatGrandPrix.org.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
There's a remote and wildly beautiful spot here on the Suncoast that seems hidden away from the world.
But it was once reportedly the playground of gangsters, smugglers, ladies of the night, and Hollywood stars. ABC7's Linda Carson has more in A Place We Call Home.
Travel down a tree-canopied dirt road just off River Road to the Myakka River, and you've reached Snook Haven.
And it's just teeming with fish, and actually there were a lot of fish in here that they used to pull out. They had blue crabs, they had the tarpons, they had the snook, of course, and they would all congregate around the docks, and that's where the name of Snook Haven came from.
For centuries, native tribes walked these banks.
Around 1841, there was a man called William Whitaker, and he was the first man to bring a herd of cattle down to this region. He realized the potential for cattle raising because of the fertile soil.
When Prohibition came in the 1920s, Snook Haven became a popular spot.
It was used as a transport area. So the smugglers could come here and the bootleggers could come here, and then they could still take out their illegal wares.
There were wild parties here.
They had horse races on the banks, and they would take their horses through the tall bush and race them, and there was shooting going on, and they had lots of party girls, and they gambled and they drank.
A Chicago man rumored to be a Polish gangster arrived.
He built the lodge and the 5 cabins, and the 5 cabins were for his buddies and the women of the night.
It also attracted Hollywood.
There was a movie made here called Prestige, and it starred Anne Harding, and I believe that was in 1931. And the scenes from were filmed inside the main cabin there.
There are rumors that jungle movies were made here, bringing in and leaving behind monkeys and killer turtles. There's no proof of that, but there are a lot of alligators. But when Prohibition ended, Snook Haven was abandoned until 1948, when Frank Coville and his wife bought it.
They decided to open up a fish camp instead of a fish resort, so it was the first time it was public access.
The cabins rented for $15 a night or $40 a month.
2006, the county bought it and turned it into what it is today.
And today there's a restaurant with good food and drink, kayaking, canoeing, and fishing, and there's lots of live entertainment and community celebrations. Snook Haven, an important part of our history and a great place to visit today. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda. It definitely is unique to our area, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot right on the river there.
Right in the back. Yeah, I tell you what, we're looking at some nice weather too. Beautiful this evening. If you're going to be out doing some kayaking, not a problem here for the next couple of hours. It should be okay. We are looking at just a better chance for showers and storms come by midweek.
Okay. All right, Bob, thank you so much. World News Tonight is next.
We'll see you tonight at 11. Have a great evening.